We all know that without plants, we won't be able to breathe. They provide us with the key ingredient, oxygen. I'm going to treat them like my babies. But I can't love my babies enough if I don't know what they are made of and what they need to grow to be healthy. So come with me and find out about mineral nutrition. The functional elements required by the plant can be absorbed from the atmosphere by its aerial parts. Roots of the plant can also absorb almost all elements present in the soil. These elements are required for the growth and metabolism of plants. Depending upon their quantitative requirements, these elements can be categorized as macronutrients and micronutrients. Macronutrients. Plant cells structurally consist of a few basic biomolecules that include proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. These biomolecules, in turn, are made up of elements like carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. Let's study the role of some other essential elements. Chloroplasts contain a vital pigment, chlorophyll, that shows the presence of one of the essential elements, magnesium. The energy currency of the cell, that is ATP, produced by mitochondria, possesses phosphorus. Potassium ions help in the opening of stomata during daytime and its closing during night. The young plant cells, which have just undergone division, show the formation of middle lamella due to the deposition of calcium as calcium pectate. Sulfur is found in amino acids, cysteine and methionine. It also enhances nodule formation in roots. Thus, macronutrients are the elements which are required in relatively larger quantities. Micronutrients. Leguminous plants possess root nodules wherein an important molybdenum-containing enzyme, nitrogenase, helps in nitrogen fixation. Iron is an important constituent of ferredoxin and cytochromes and thus aids in transfer of electrons during photosynthesis. Iron also contributes substantially in the formation of chlorophyll. Pollen germination, translocation of carbohydrates, production of root nodules, etc. are aided by boron. Manganese and chlorine play an important role in photosynthesis. They help in photolysis of water and thus lead to the release of oxygen. Copper acts as a link between the photosystem 1 and photosystem 2, which are important components for carrying out light reactions of photosynthesis. Zinc, one of the essential elements which is part of carbonic anhydrase in plants, helps in providing carbon dioxide to the chloroplast for photosynthesis. Nickel is required in very small amounts for normal growth and development of plants. All such elements are micronutrients or trace elements which are needed in minute quantities. A few other elements required by higher plants in small quantities are sodium, selenium, cobalt, and silicon. Deficiency of essential elements. In plants, any deficiency of essential elements will lead to certain morphological changes, which are called deficiency symptoms. Deficiency of elements like nitrogen, potassium, magnesium, sulfur, iron, manganese, zinc, and molybdenum will cause chlorosis, that is, loss of chlorophyll, resulting in the yellowing in leaves. Necrosis or death of plant tissue occurs due to inadequate quantities of calcium, magnesium, copper, or potassium. Low levels or lack of nitrogen, potassium, sulfur, and molybdenum results in inhibition of cell division, leading to stunted growth. Flowering will be delayed because of the deficiency of nitrogen, sulfur and molybdenum. Let's summarize. Macronutrients such as carbon, nitrogen, hydrogen, oxygen, calcium and sulfur are the elements which are required in relatively larger quantities. Micronutrients such as iron, copper, zinc, sodium, manganese and chlorine are some elements which are needed in minute quantities. In plants, any deficiency of essential elements will lead to certain morphological changes which are called deficiency symptoms. I have stored all the information on what causes the deficiency of nutrients, and I'm going to make sure that my plants stay healthy. But how do they absorb all these nutrients? Explore to learn more.